Hello. It's been a little bit since I did Risk of Rain 2. I don't think I had my new overlay at all the last time I did Risk of Rain. Which is why, for my beautiful input display, since I didn't want to set up my keyboard input display, technically my keyboard input display does have an option for mouse inputs, but it's kind of weird to me. And, I didn't really want to mess with that because it's kind of annoying to set up, so this is what you get. You get a very accurate demonstration of my two robot hands and my one beautifully modeled 3D hand. Ooh, unfortunately, since you don't have a win in Fall Guys, Nicholas, looks like you're not a real gamer, so I am unfortunately gonna have to ask you to leave. This is a gamers only club. Hell yeah it is, dude. That's exactly what it felt like. Okay. So I have no idea what new content was actually added to this game. Alright, you know what? Since we have a history, I guess I'll let you stay, even though you're not a real gamer. I'm gonna play as Loader, because Loader is the most fun character. So, you know. Why not have fun on my first run? Oh, what the fuck am I doing, dude? I almost started looking like a fake gamer. Can you believe it? Can you imagine picking any difficulty that isn't the hardest difficulty? Disgusting. Alright, I need to get, like, decent posture for a mouse and keyboard game. I typically don't need decent posture at all. So the audio might be super fucked up, by the way, because I have messed with all of my audio settings since the last time I played. Did they change the way that swipe looks? It looks better than I remember it looking. Audio is fine. The music varies a lot in this game. It goes from, like, incredibly somber and quiet to the absolute loudest thing you've ever heard. There it is. And I have a free visit to the shop. What did I do to deserve such delightful treatment? But I mean, this is why you play Loader. You just fucking fly all over the place. It's a blast. Let's grapple first. I still wanted to hit that ball it shot out, though. So that was slightly suboptimal. There's my grapple. Actually, I'm leaving. Oh, fuck, dude, I bounced off the rock. That's fine. I should be able to handle this. Because, for some reason, Loader, while also being the most mobile and dealing, like... Oh, shit, I'm dead. I'm dead as hell. While being the most mobile, dealing pretty considerable I can't talk today. Should I just give up on that sentence? I'm feeling like I should. Let's try again. I've given some time to think about it now. What's the character's name again? Loader? While being the most mobile and dealing a considerable amount of damage compared to other melee characters, Loader is also given, by far, the most defense capabilities of all of the melee characters. Really doesn't make sense to have nearly as much power as she does. And from what I saw, they didn't change the character at all. This character seemed untouched, but they might have done, like, some balance changes on health regen and health that I don't really pay attention to or wouldn't notice. Let's not be here. Let's be in the place where I actually progress. The old teleporter zone, if you will. That's gonna proc basically immediately, because I have very low HP already. Really? It hasn't procced already? I would have expected with this amount of HP it would have procced. Wow, does it just... There you go. There's the proc I was looking for. Maybe it doesn't proc until a while after you have the item or something. But anyways, I was trying not to hit things because I wanted my health to go down there. I guess I'll buy things if you're gonna let me. But lesson learned. Don't try and speak a sentence above a 5th grade level right at the start of my stream. Because apparently, I just can't speak English until a solid 30 minutes or so in. I can do that. I prefer to gamble my money away, because it's faster. Look at that! Now I don't have to go look for items. I probably should look for at least one more item. Can I afford that? Probably. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. I'd rather not, even though glasses are good, so are syringes. I think I'm just gonna leave. I think I'm just gonna leave. So, probably nothing I care about in the shop. I might be persuaded to, Oh, what are some of these? I don't think I know what that does. I was gonna say I might be persuaded to buy a shaped glass if they have it, but, they don't, so... don't think I care. I think I'm gone. And I might as well do the special bonus zone, because it's very good. Too good, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if they made it harder, because it was far too good. But goddamn does this character schmoove. Why does Twitch have this new feature? Is that a site-wide feature, or what's going on? Because I've never seen the ability to reply to a chat message. What are you doing, Twitch? I'm of the opinion that websites should never change. Just, you know, if you've done it, if you've already got people going on your website, just, you know, who needs improvements? Just stay the same. I don't want to deal with change ever. Seems like they've kept this place the exact same. It's just a lot of waiting. My favorite. An annoying enemy to start out with, though, to be honest, because these actually make their way towards you, unlike a lot of enemies, which just kind of get stuck in the terrain and don't do anything. Cool, dude. God damn it, the loop-de-loop. I try to time my, my releases well, but I always fuck it up. Should I chill for a little bit and regen? Oh, this is fun. You gotta love it when this is the optimal way to play. Okay, so see, now I check in on the audio and see that it's actually a little bit loud. So I'm gonna bump that down to like 60. It still seems a little loud at 60. I'll leave it there for a little bit. See what happens to it. Alright. I shouldn't be that afraid of these enemies, though, because, like, worst case scenario, I can just run away into the darkness and proc my, my boss item, whatever it's called, the one that blows up. You can only proc it once every, like, 15 or so seconds, but that's, like, plenty. It's much more than I need, since it'll kill everything in, like, one hit anyways. If anything, I think I would rather lower master and then boost up sound effects, because I had sound effects on like 20%, which is kind of quiet now, so I guess I'll turn everything up. But, I thought the balance between sound effects and music was appropriate the last time I played, so I was just messing with master to keep it balanced like I had it before, but sound effects did seem pretty quiet there. And in general, I do want music to be louder than sound effects in a game like this, because, you know, a bunch of slap noises repeatedly, it's a tad bit annoying. And I'm looking again, and it's still a bit loud, so master 40. 40. It's better. There's just such a vast difference from the lowest the music goes to the highest the music goes to in this game. Oh shit, real enemy alert. It's hard to balance around that. Like, I'm not gonna say the game is mastered poorly, because obviously it's intentional that it gets really soft at moments. But when you're trying to find a right balance for the loudest a volume gets to, it's a little challenging. A smidge harder. So far, I have yet to see anything new, except for an opening cutscene that did play for me when I opened the game, but that's not the kind of content I look for in an update. So I don't know where the final area is put. I guess it would just be put past... I can't remember. Did they put levels beyond the fire area? It's been a while since I played, and I didn't play too much whenever updates came out. Like, outside of my streams that I did of this game, I really never played the game. But yeah, I think it's the fire and the, like, bird level is the best thing I could describe it as, for the last ones I remembered. Please. Did not get as much of a boost as I wanted there. Enemies are about what I would expect for this difficulty level. Honestly, though, the second enemy, I'm kind of surprised. The imp or whatever. I'm surprised that guy showed up as early as he did. I don't think I typically start seeing those guys until the lava area. But maybe that's just because they don't spawn in areas before that or something. And I'm probably just forgetting, honestly. I probably have seen them sooner than that. I just know they're definitely not in the desert area. What's the alternate to the desert area? Is it straight to the snow area? Dude, I forget all of the areas in this game. Loader, you're just too much. Like, being able to smack a handful of enemies and get like 150% max HP is just ridiculous. What is that? What is that debuff there? I can't see what that is. It showed up when I picked up the ice band, and it looks like a fire and ice icon, but I have no idea what that's for. Does it show me like the cooldown on how often it can proc or something? I'll keep my eye on it, I guess. They didn't change the item, right? High damage hits also blast enemies. They did change it. High damage hits. It didn't used to have to be high damage. And it says recharges over time, so actually, yeah, no, they completely changed that. So I guess it's showing me that I have it active. So if I do a high damage hit, I can blast people. But I don't know what qualifies as a high damage hit. Because it hasn't procced yet, so apparently it's really high damage. I wonder if that's a static number, or if it scales to some degree. Maybe that high damage goes down. Like the damage threshold goes down as you get more of the item. Where am I going? There I am. Because it would be kind of weird if it was just a static, like, do 2,000 damage or something, because then you could effectively get enough damage items that you just proc that on every hit. But that's probably what they're going for, I guess. There aren't too many items. Like, that's one thing that is kind of, I don't know, they've gone more in the direction, and maybe they've gone even more so with this last update. But there aren't very many items that are, like, really good for one character that aren't good for others. Well, that's a very weird way of doing that, with the debuff stacking for how long you have to wait. Instead of just having like a timer or something, they just kind of made a janky system with what they already had implemented instead of making a new system, which is fine. I'm not gonna say you can't do that. But yeah, pretty much all items are good for all characters, which I guess is also, like, you don't want a lot of items that are completely useless for certain characters, but I mean, I think last time I played this, I complained about that for one of the items. I think it was the one that, like, does a debuff whenever you have a certain amount of debuffs on an enemy or something. It's like you do maybe like 2 times damage to enemies with 4 or more debuffs or something ridiculous, which is just like, most characters aren't going to be able to get 4 or more debuffs, but like some characters get it very easily. Oh shit, oh no, never mind, I thought he was an elite. I was gonna be shocked if there is an elite that early. An elite of these guys, at least. But it's ridiculous how easy it is to tank with Loader. Especially when you get attack speed. Which, I mean, yeah, some characters you can definitely be like, okay, attack speed is more meaningful to Loader, I guess, but attack speed is also just great in general for every character. Maybe that's the balance that should be drawn, though. You probably do want to lean more towards all items being at least somewhat useful to all characters. I think it's just high damage, since I definitely just did it when I used my shift ability, and I don't think it was a crit. I'll try it again. Yeah, that wasn't a crit, and it just procced ice, so... It's definitely just some number. I'm not sure if it's a number based on my character's damage, or if it's just a static number for all characters. But it might need to be, because, like, characters have a damage stat, and, like, skills, I'm not sure if I can show you. Yeah, skills, like, say they do 320% of my damage stat, which is, your actual damage stat isn't displayed anywhere as far as I'm aware, but characters do have different damage stats, and you get more damage as you level, I believe. And how much damage you get when you level is also dependent on the character. And there you go. Shock all nearby enemies every 10 seconds. Pretty good for a melee character. Are we dropping, boys? I mean, I honestly don't know how it works. I'm just assuming, but it's definitely not crits. I think it's just... It's either a flat number, like do 2,000 damage, or it's do a certain percentage of your damage. Whatever your damage stat is. Maybe I do know the answer for everything, though. You should start asking more questions. It might surprise you. Take me away. Like, why is this character allowed to move this fast? Like, it's so absurd, dude. This character just has way too much going for them. Hello, I wanted that. Nope. No, I always do that. I very rarely chat in streams. I pretty much always have something I'm doing in the background. Well, I guess in the foreground. I guess the stream would be the thing in the background, huh? Wow, that guy got shredded. Take a double jump. Okay, the lightning ability is way better than I thought it was. I didn't realize it chained like that, because that killed pretty much everything around me. Like, I really don't even have to do anything, huh? I just walk around and let the lightning do everything. It's fun. It really helps out for things like imps, which are just really annoying to kill anyways. There you go. Thank you. Oh, I haven't used this ability a single time, because it's so bad. Like, I hate this fucking lightning thing. It helps with, like, imps. Or, sorry, wisps. That's the one. It helps with wisps, but it's pretty bad. I guess it's just some passive damage, so I should be using it anyways, but it's hard to remember when it has such little impact. Book is money. I don't really want money. Rose Buckler kind of sucked though, so... Was this Teddy? Awesome. Probably the best defensive item. Guess I'll go with random here. Also a good defensive item, but significantly worse than Teddy. Okay. That's enough spending for today. My shopping spree is over. Sure. Why not? Lets me buy glasses immediately. My brand. I'm not sure if I want to risk it again when I'm already low from the last time, but I can't afford that immediately, so I would like to. Wait, okay, so ice is the... Wait, no. Wait, yeah. Oh, the other second area is the swamp. That's right. But what is the alternate to ice? I feel like I'm forgetting one. It's the Tree Town. Now I feel like I remember them all. Also, where is my free item? I should be fast enough to get to wherever it is within the time limit. Is that it? Yes, there it is. Thank you, thank you. Yep. Might as well portal it up. Really? That didn't kill that guy, huh? I guess it's because I used the Ice Blast on the dude who showed up before. There you go. Oh, that killed him? Wow. I mean, I know I used the Prion Accumulator too, but I thought he would have lived. Wow, one of the worst items in the game. I hate this thing. The turrets that this thing spawns just die instantly. I don't know, maybe it's better if you get more of the item, but it seems pretty trash the last times that I've had it. But I guess maybe they buffed it since 1.0 update and all that. You'd expect a buff here and there. Oh, come on. Oh, thanks, Lightning. A real pal. Did my ice get procced from my my lightning? Weird. I didn't think that that would be able to proc it, but I guess it did enough damage, which is all it takes to satisfy it. That is kind of annoying, though, that it could proc on damage source I don't want it to. Though I'm not sure if the damage from the Ice Blast is static or scaled with the source. I would imagine it's scaled with the source, but you never know. Maybe it's static. Alright, that's enough money to waste on one gambling machine, I think. Hey, not bad. More healing on hit is always nice. My crit chance is pretty low, though. Doesn't mean it'll always be low, though. I also hate the key, because it's just a chore. I more or less always ignore the black box, because I just never end up finding it, and I don't actively search for it. Because who has the time for that? Well, I guess that's it for this level. Fair enough. Take me away. The perfect landing. So I could get another red tier item, whatever they're called, legendaries or whatever, who cares? Do I want to? Not really. Not particularly. Wow, that fire trail actually really hurt. Give me a healing item, please. Sure. Alright, well, now I know for the future. Don't drag a fire elite towards you. It's a regrettable decision. Yeah, I should probably pick up these healing balls. There you go. Now I'm a healthy boy. Got a little scary there for a second. Oh. Let's test it. Is it better if you get more of those? I'm looking kind of for the eggs around here. I don't know all of the egg spawn locations, so if I was going to go for the red tier item, it might take a while. I don't remember how many you need to pop. I don't have enough money. I think it's like 3 eggs and it spawns the boss, but it might be more. Hopefully not too much more. You're fine, dog. Appreciate it. I should probably set up auto-hosting. I keep forgetting to. But, it would probably be a nice thing to do. Still only 1 egg sack. Not looking so good for me. Also, what is this? Hopefully you don't have to do something special to access the final level. Because, I don't know what this is all about. Is that just 2 more eggs right there, or does that only count as 1? Doesn't it typically give you warning messages? I thought it was like, warning, warning. You are provoking a boss monster. Activating your equipment gives you a burst of attack speed. I think that was in the last update, but I didn't pay attention to it. Sure, I'll gamble. Whatever. Who cares? Hey, that's actually a good one. I am not dissatisfied with my random choice. I know that it's technically, not predictable, but like there is some skill element to that gambling machine. You can stop it on a red item if your reflexes are good enough. Surely there's an egg up here. They wouldn't put so much real estate without an egg. Is that an egg right there in front of me? I think it is. Hopefully this is all I need. You're distant whirring. God damn it, I think it's 1 more then. If that's my my first warning. Well, let's hope that there's eggs up there. Hello? I missed my stop. Come on, thank you. What? Out of bounds? Well, there's a shop, but the shop isn't really worth my time after the first one. I don't think there's eggs up here. But I'll check, I guess. Oh shit, there is. Glad I checked. The whirring grows loud. Oh, thank God. I was gonna say, please don't tell me I need to do another one of these. What? Thank you. I was gonna say, how did I fucking whiff that? That's a lot of damage. Take one of these in the morning. Oh shit, that's not a lot of damage. How did I do so much with my first hit? Does he gain, like, armor or defenses or something? He must, because I am not doing nearly as much damage anymore. Okay. Oh, he just lost a lot of health for no reason. I don't understand how this boss's health works. It is a complete mystery to me. Like, he gains energy shield when he's doing this attack or something. I don't get it. I'm not sure if I should have hit him there, because I think he just lost all of that energy shield. And I wasted my hit, but whatever. I'm fine. Well, I might as well wait for the energy shield to leave. God damn it. Whiffed. A horrible whiff. Pathetic. You still alive? Wow. He's a trooper. Bye. Very easy. This character just does absurd damage, so not surprising. Plant a healing fruit on kill. What does that mean? Another crit item. Always welcome. Oh, look at that. So I guess it's like, oh wow, that is like really good. Holy shit. They don't last that long, but they last plenty long. Oh, that's a small enemy. I always forget that. They last plenty long enough to have a huge impact. What is this? What? Cancel. I didn't know what I was signing up for. There probably are some items I don't care about, though. Let me look at that. Yeah, the fucking shitty-ass turret item that I've been trashing this whole time. Let me scrap that shit. That one. There you go. Junk it. What do you give me? Oh, just, oh, wait. Does nothing, prioritized when used with 3D printers. Awesome. I really like that as a concept. Cool. I approve. Probably don't want to shop for too much longer. I should really get out of here. Skedaddle, as the gamers say. Yeah, that's a cool concept. Because there are a lot of trash items that I would love to just swap out with others. So it's kind of like it's like Patience in Nuclear Throne. It lets you re-roll, but there is an extra cost associated with it, in that you have an empty space for the interim period before you're allowed to re-roll. Well, that was what some might call a lot of damage. See ya, Magma-Worm. Also, good item. Getting a lot of healing items, which is nice. But max HP on Loader is not that great, actually. Maybe they nerfed for max HP. Honestly, probably deservedly so, since with enough attack speed, she can easily be at, like, constantly 200% max HP. From the way Barrier works. I really like Barrier as a mechanic, though. I think they did well with that one. Next level waiting room. I guess final level waiting room, right? This should be the final level, I think. I'm not sure how it works, though. Like I said, hopefully I didn't need to do anything puzzly. So, well, enter teleporter, I guess. I feel like I missed my opportunity. In the first game, it was just go to the... Oh, shit! No, I completely forgot this was an area added afterwards. Never mind. Yeah, this was the last update. Added this area. Okay. Well, again, hopefully I don't need to do anything special to access the final area. I don't want to do any of this stuff. No, thank you. Magma worm. They sent the easiest boss they could after me. Beefy boy actually lived that attack even with my my runic blast. Hey buddy, you want a rematch? Oh, hey, this one's tankier than the last one. I might not have runic blasted him though, I wasn't paying attention. I also might not have multi-hit him as much. I don't think you can multi-hit him. Because I definitely should have multi-hit him a shit ton there, but he somehow took less damage than the last time I hit him. That should have killed him though. Is this the teleporter? Yes, it is. That must be what takes me to the final area then. Should probably use this bad boy, huh? Actually landed a hit with it. Where did this damage come from? Asking for a friend. I'll just chill out in my, my flower fields for a bit. Bad place to sit down, Buster. I really shouldn't tango with that guy close and personal. Just do the run around and occasionally big smack him. Thank you for, my Teddy on that one saved me some pain. This guy is super fucking tanky. Jesus. Like, I know he's an elite and all that, but come on. Enough is enough. I'm glad I have multiple uses of my right click, because it really helps control the absurdity to it. Hopefully I didn't need to do a special button prompt there, because I just pressed E. In the first game, you did have to do a special button prompt. Nope, okay. Commencement, huh? This big-ass area. With low grav? Seemingly. Is this water? Yeah, okay. What are we doing here? Not touching the special glowies. Do I just interact with the teleporter again? Or do I just go forward, huh? I mean, that's probably the obvious choice. Yeah, okay, teleporter is dead. Deceased. You think there's a special Harry Potter room under the stairs? Nope, not on that side at least. What about above the stairs? Nobody checks above the stairs. Nope. Nice wall sconces. Alright, I guess we're leaving them. Really big and open area. Very quiet music, also. Who are you guys? Look pretty cool. Alright. Don't seem too threatening so far. But I probably don't want to get hit by that. Hello! God, I suck. Like, is there a reason to kill you guys, or am I just wasting my time here? Oh wow, that doesn't even do that much damage. I was only hit by the AoE there, but still. I would expect more. They have a lot of fucking health. Super easy to stun, apparently. I mean, my right-click forces a stun, but I'm getting stun grenade procs too. Alright. That was fun. Where am I? God, super disorienting. That's where I'm going. Alright, they're endlessly spawning. I am wasting my time. What? Oh, who are you? What? You're much more threatening. I'm just gonna leave. See you guys. Woof. I like this area, dude. Very nice. A little bit much with the fog, though. I wish I could actually see. A perfect jungle playground for my my grappling, though. They fucked up letting me in here. As you can see. So where exactly am I going? Just a really long, straight hallway with very few enemies. I'm playing Final Fantasy 13. Easy joke. Everyone clap. Easy and dated. My favorite kind of joke. Like, why is it so big? Why is it the largest area in the game with nothing going on? Hey, look at that, we got a bunch of moon boys here. Do I want to get mooned up? Probably not. Probably not. But I'm glad you gave me the option. I guess. It must be. It must be. This is definitely final boss territory. Nope. Bounce pad, I guess. Here we go. That's true. He has earned this place, I guess. Triangle Head? Mithrix, King of Nothing. Sounds about right. I've never heard of him. Hello! Fucking missing all of my grapples. You're gonna stand still, right? You're gonna head straight towards me and get hit by that? Awesome. Legend. I figured the projectile that moves ass speeds would not hit the final boss. Easily, at the very least. God damn it. He is a jumpy boy. It's kind of hard to land a good hit on him. Ta-da! He's whipping a lot of his hits towards me, though. So I guess we're equal in that regard. What? He's got a gun? What? He does insane damage on that? Holy shit. Excuse me. I've got somewhere to be. God damn it, dude! What the fuck? The biggest AoE ever? Alright. Fair enough. He is nothing. Okay. Let's do another run as somebody else. I could try out the changes to Mercenary. Still have nothing unlocked as Mercenary. So does it say... Yeah, okay. Strikes in a greater area and exposes enemies. It still doesn't say anywhere how long exposed lasts, though. Whatever, I'll try it out. Soon, that boss will be nothing to me, Nicholas. Oh, that's not the same shift ability as the other character. Good job, Will. Great start. Exposed seems to last for literally one hit. Like, the next hit gets rid of exposed. So maybe it doesn't have a time at all. Maybe it's just you expose something, and then... Yep. Oh, no, it actually did expire there. But it definitely also expires on the next hit. I think this is the first time I'm actually playing with my new skin. Okay, not how I figured that would have gone, but sure. Guess it makes sense. I'm gonna be at a serious disadvantage now, though, because I actually have to seek out the shop thingy. You aren't always gifted shops for free. Yeah, give me meat. Meat on the bone. I can't help it. I earned this skin. Live. And on camera. And also on twitch.tv. I think so. It's one of the better looking skins. It probably wasn't the best attack to use for my exposed. I don't know what other attack I would have used. Oh, I guess my R ability, probably. Wow, this guy does significantly less damage than he used to. Like, significantly less damage. It's kind of a problem. That being said, I am just staying in the air for my entire life. Shouldn't I already have the unlock thingy by this point? What is it? Stay in the air for like 15 seconds or so. Have I not been in the air for like 15 seconds? Or am I sometimes landing on the boss's back and I'm not noticing it? That felt like I was in the air for fucking ages. Whatever. Oh, I'm dead. I was paying attention to my cooldowns to see if I was timing it correctly, and there I go. Remember me. Maybe I'm fine? I should probably be using my R ability more since it is going off cooldown way faster due to the exposed buff. Slash, well, okay, see ya. Let's not play as this fucking character, because goddamn, he was taking a fucking century to kill a single boss. You think they've changed this character at all and made it better? Made it not ass? You think they've made this character not ass? That would be crazy. I don't know, it still seems pretty ass. Fucking Nicholas, pick a character. It's up to you. Anyone. Anyone in the box. The world is your oyster. Engineer and the robot. I assume you mean this one. Fuck it. I'll do engineer then. I'll do engineer, I guess. Places a mobile turret. Yeah, I guess I like the mobile turret more, even though it doesn't benefit from mushrooms at all. Sure. Fuck it. Why not? Come with me, my pretties. They did make this place look, quote-unquote, more depressing. I mean, the stationary ones still do if you have mushrooms, but... I think I prefer the mobile ones. Just because it's less maintenance, having to place them all the time. And they stay alive longer. Well, no, if you have the stationary ones and a shit ton of mushrooms, they keep each other alive, basically indefinitely. But you know what? We're mixing it up. We're not doing the meta. I do think that most people dislike the mobile ones, but... we're gonna be crazy, we're gonna be wacky and zany. I'm just quirky, you know? I do things a little bit differently here. Please don't hurt me. They are slow as fuck, though. Like, they do, until you get some speed upgrades, they take a while to get to where they're trying to go. There is a slight downside. Hey, look at that. If only I could order them to stand still. Therefore, completely removing the entire difference between the two turrets. Alright, come on over here, buddies. Another Beetle Queen. the elites are more of a threat than the Beetle Queen. As is typically the case, though. The elites are, in general, more threatening than the bosses in this game. Unless you get an elite boss, in which case, you know, you can draw the pretty obvious conclusion in that situation. Could you attack the boss, please? Thank you. Thank you, turrets. That guy's attacking the boss. He's doing the Lord's work. I find that Turret Boy is actually pretty rough early on in hard mode, whatever this fucking game mode is called. Monsoon, that's the one. Turret Boy kinda sucks ass at the start. Especially when you're picking mobile turrets, which are worse by a pretty large margin, I would say, but I'm sticking to the plan. Hey, look at that. High damage hits also blast enemies with a runic flame tornado, so same thing. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't want to leave! I wanted to pick up my item! Are you fucking... Cool, dude. Just steal my shop from me, because I wanted to pick up an item that happened to be directly on the button to take me to the next level. No one will notice if I just switch to stationary turrets. Despite seconds ago saying sticking to the plan. That's, you know, I would have kept it going had I not been completely cheated. Dude, I hate looking for, the shop on this floor. I don't know where any of the newts spawn. I also hate not having a movement ability. I feel like Engineer, well, I don't know, it's probably fair that he's punished for how defensive he is. You can't have an impenetrable shield and also movement. It's just not fair. Unless you're Loader, in which case you can basically have everything. If I die, I'll pick multi next time. Still no newt. Day 356. It's been 1 year, and I haven't found a single nudie boy. Is that? No, that's my spawn. That's where I came from. Really? Nope. Not over here? Alright. I am, getting close to having no clue where I should look. Up here? Nope, not up here. I think it might be, like, up there, which is a place I can't get unless I have a usable item. Or, like, a shit ton of movement items. As this character. Okay. Well, that puts me at a huge disadvantage. Right off the bat. So, why not risk it all, you know? If you're gonna be at a disadvantage, take chances. It's the A20 Slay the Spire reasoning. You are always at a disadvantage, so you always take risks. Because otherwise, you're just going to slowly bleed out. It's the definitive Ascension 20 strategy. Ooh, blasted them. Nice job, Chief. Oh, you blasted me. Nice job, Chief. I'm alive?! God, I didn't think I was gonna live that fall. I mean, I would have died even if I had reacted sooner. Alright, let's fucking do multi. Sure. Sure. I don't think I have anything unlocked with him. Oh, I do have Scrap Launcher. Yeah. Sure. I don't remember if I've ever used it, so I'll give it a shot. The laser is probably better, though. How do I swap? R? Just press R. Yeah, swap. Flawless aim. Oh, I am a legend. I typically just use the nail gun, though. Also, it is once again on the level where I don't know where any of the newts are. So, good start. It's basically a 50-50 chance on if I know what I'm doing. It's hard to say if I should just leave if I don't know where the newt is. Let's buy some shaped glass, 100% chance. No, I don't want that one. That's the one that ruins your movement ability, and the movement ability on this guy is actually really good. Exactly, it's when you start up the game, it's a 50-50 chance, predetermined, whether you're gonna win or not. You either do or you don't win. 50-50. Nope. Right as I was about to point blank blast him. That just seems worse. Like, the rockets kind of suck. I don't know who's using rockets instead of laser. I don't know, I guess it's decent long range. How long does it take them to recharge? Oh, they actually recharge pretty quickly. Never mind. I give it a pass. I assumed it was going to take longer to recharge. No. No new. Ah, there we go. That's a nudie boy. Can I make it up there? Do I have what it takes? Ooh, barely. Some would say still not enough power. I think I can with my shift ability. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, thank you. I'll be on my way now. Got places to be. Yeah, there's very few locations where they can actually show up. I just basically give up every time I get this level. Because it seems like I just can't find it no matter how hard I look. Even as Loader, who can go, like, everywhere she wants. With relative ease. Look at the damage, though. Like, you can't be upset about the damage. You can't. You just... It would be insulting if you were. Got some strong damage on this boy. And the stuns, I mean, come on. Who could complain? Who would complain? Nobody should complain. Not while I'm around, at least. Wisps are still as annoying as always. Glad to see they haven't made any improvements on that regard. How much do I want to waste time looking around for items? Not at all, is what I'm gonna land on. I've decided it's not worth it. I need to add Kurt Angle to the mix. Nicholas, explain your joke. I don't even think I know who Kurt Angle is. I feel like I've heard the name hundreds of times throughout my life, but never cared enough to look up who he is. Okay. I'll click your link.
Steiner, it's going to be a three-way for the TNA heavyweight title at Sacrifice between you, Kurt Angle, and Samoa Joe. Now, before you get there, you have an important step tonight as you and X Division champion Petey Williams take on the unlikely duo of Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Samoa Joe.
I
and you can see that
100%
statement is not
understand
true.
why people watch
See,
wrestling.
normally if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best at beating me. And then you add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down. See, the three-way at Sacrifice, you got a 33 1/3 chance of winning. But I got a 66 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me, and he's not even going to try. So, Samoa Joe, you take your 33 1/3 chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice.
Quick maths. Quick maths. I don't doubt it. I don't know what this item does, so I'll buy it. Randomly create a ward of power. All characters deal bonus damage while in the ward. Okay. That seems like... all characters. Okay, so including enemies, I assume. Because I was gonna say, it seems like there's no downside to that one. But if it's including enemies, then I guess I can understand what they're getting at with that one. Going down. Mind the drop, if you will. Alright, so now we have everybody's favorite section of the stream, which is, waiting, basically. Waiting until this event ends. Ooh, wisps, my favorite. A constant source of, more or less undodgeable damage. Sick. I just can't imagine why you would make a game where this is your most common enemy. Like, that's what you want players to primarily have to deal with. This is the ideal enemy for every player to encounter at all times. Just a piece of shit hitbox floating in the sky that, while alive, constantly does damage. Where am I going? It's so much harder to move around when you're not loader. Most of the characters are ranged, yeah. But for the melee characters, it's even that much more annoying. And even still, for ranged players, it's just there's so many of them. They are absolutely everywhere. You're always going to have some constant damage. Especially because they're like a low priority target. You're not going to deal with them immediately most of the time. There's going to be more pressing matters. Did not mean to right click, but fucking nailed it, dude. Yo, the rockets are actually doing really solid damage now. I guess this boy does a substantial amount of damage. Or gains a substantial amount of damage per level, I mean. So it seems like the wait time for rockets coming back is the same, no matter how many rockets you fired. It looks like it works exactly like Epona's carrots. It's the best way to describe how those rockets work. It's like, wait a little bit after the last one is used. And all of them come back. Meaning the best strategy for use is to spam them all immediately. And get them all back immediately. Hey, my damage ward. The perfect Venn diagram. Here we go. Get ready for the ultimate joke of the stream. Oh wait, did it just make another one? God damn it, my joke was completely ruined. I was gonna say this bubble, the purple bubble, is things I'm supposed to be doing, and the blue bubble out there is things I want to do. But god damn it, now it's wholesome. And they're basically entirely overlapped. Well, now they're literally non-existent, so joke doesn't even make sense. I don't understand how the ward works. Does it just constantly move around? They were also getting a little angry. Yeah, I'm not sure how good this lunar item's actually going to turn out to be. I feel like maybe it could help on bosses if it ends up in a good position. God, I didn't even see it was here. It blended into the ground so much. Why do you have so much health, dude? Why? Wait, no, why am I doing such little damage? What's going on here? Why am I doing 1 damage? Am I missing something? Am I under a debuff? Or... Oh no! The enemy's got the shield item. Oh no. That's really bad for this character. is possibly the worst item they could have gotten. As someone who does very low damage very fast, that's a yikes kind of situation. So I basically have to use my rockets now. Unnecessarily punishing for my character. I was very confused for a while. Oh, hello. Best aim NA. We don't have that much to offer. So, technically, if I'm in this, the double damage thing, I should be fine to use. No, it still sucks. Yeah, it's mitigating 25 damage. That's it's gonna take a while before I jump over that. It's actually gonna be kind of hard to survive in this event. Which is rare. Usually it comes with absolutely no challenge and you just get free items. And sometimes instantly die from like an elite. But, wow. For once, the items the enemies get actually matters. Alright, I'm gonna chill here and regen health for a solid 10 minutes or so. Thanks, Energy Shield. The Energy Shield recharge, like, cooldown or whatever you want to call it, is really long. You have to avoid getting hit for like 5 whole seconds. Just kind of trash. Like, what determines when it moves? Does it just move when it wants to? Or am I doing something to make it move? I think it's just random. God damn it. Not a good start. Please don't. Teleport's behind me. Dude, this is such a shit weapon to have to use at all times. It's making this a little bit miserable. Because I would be doing so much better if I could just aim. Whatever, I should probably just stop trying to do the long distance shots. If only the sniper existed. I talked about that on the last stream. I found it very strange that the sniper still hasn't been added to the game, despite that being one of the first characters they showed off. And, you know, how they talked about how easy it was to make it work in Risk of Rain 2. They're like, wow, obviously the sniper is an easy choice for Risk of Rain 2. That seemed to fit in perfectly with the 3D environment. It's still not in the game. They surely must have plans for the future. I'm just surprised, like, that wasn't one of the first characters to be added in. Like, every single update, I've been imagining, like, okay, next character, Sniper for sure this time. There's no way it's not Sniper. And every single time, fucking, it's a robot magician. That's not a good example, because that's like, that was in the first update. It's a plant robot. There you go. I do like the plant robot, though. Plant robot gets a pass for being a good character. Yo, you guys aren't allowed to use my item. Hey! Oh wait, no, that's not the good one. I thought that was barbed wire. Damn it. I have no idea where I'm going. Up there. Alright. Awesome. I'll be right over. I am on my way. Oh, there you go. It's closer than I thought it was. At least I get some free kills from my fireworks. Like, literally one free kill. Got that going for me. I can't really say for sure whether I've got the whole aiming thing down. It's anybody's guess, really. Please, dude. This is, slightly miserable. Oh god, I am getting assaulted on all sides here. Please, end this wave of enemies! Please! Thank you. Finally, an item that immediately helps me. Okay, I need to chill here for as long as I can. And then I'm going to chill in the next bubble for as long as I can. Which is indefinitely. Until I get to max HP. Because the final wave is gonna be the hardest. Wait till my shift recharges, just in case I can't make that without it. This is actually a decent spot for the bubble to be, because a lot of the melee enemies are going to get stuck trying to climb up here, I would hope. The imps will probably make it up just fine, but hopefully the Lemurians get stuck waddling around till the very next day. Peak gameplay hours. It's really hard to see this ring on this white texture. Oh, there it goes. Oh, perfect. A spot I can basically not take advantage of whatsoever. I'll try to, though. Is it even affecting me? I don't have the swirls going around me. I don't think it is. Nope. Yep. Awesome. Oh, no, I'm dead, dude. Wow, what a fucked up item for the enemies to get. Fucking Tesla coil? That's so fucked up. There's nothing you can even do to combat that. Okay. Okay. Fuck it, dude. Give me... God, Tesla coil? Give me... the mage robot? I think she's a robot. I don't know. She might not be. Yeah. I don't know, dude. Sure. This character, like, really sucks. In general, but especially so on Monsoon. Fuck it, just give me a loader run again. We'll do one last loader, because it's my best chance at actually winning. And if I do win, I'll do a run as the new character. If I don't win, that'll be it. Unless I lose very early on. In which case, I'll just do another one. With the same character. But man oh man, loader is fun to play as. Let's go. Let's go. Bring me back, please. Overshot it a teensy bit. Fucking Tesla coils. Like, that's... There's some bad legendary items that it can pick, but I think that's the absolute worst. That's the only one that you actually stand no chance of living through. Like, write your resignation letter. I was gonna say your will, but then people will just say, haha, that's his name. Which is truly unbearable. Can't imagine the pain of having your name be a word. The horrors. Where's the teleporter? I feel like I'm missing it. I must be missing it. Oh, I'll take that, I guess. Cool, cool. Love to see it. I'm at a loss on this one. Ah, there it is. Okay. It's fairly well hidden. I don't feel like I'm entirely blind. I'll take a partial blindness, though. That's fair. What? Did I just use my right click immediately? No, no, no. I wish you luck with wherever you go, Necklace. Okay, good time to enter back in. Great time. Great time to grapple to the boss. Alright, send me back in, coach. I'm ready. I forgot this level even existed. It's been so long since I've gotten it. I got it right at the start of the stream and haven't seen it since. Wait, this is a different version of it, too. I don't think I've gotten this level variation at all. Till right now. Which is also kind of bad, because I have no idea where the newts spawn in this one. Unfortunately. I don't think it's that big, though, so it shouldn't be that hard to find. Hopefully. Guess I'll pick this up before I jump. Before I go. I really thought I would have seen it from up here, but I guess there are a lot of trees. Nothing, huh? Unfortunate. Where could it be? There are a lot of little tiny nooks and crannies it could fit into. Not very many enemies are spawning. Hey! Double it up for fun? Why not? It's definitely a surefire way to die on this run, but it'll be fun. No newt. I mean, I know this is where I spawned in, but it felt like a good place to check, I guess. Legend. Never dies. God damn it. It don't take fall damage anyways, though. It's a tough challenge looking for these newts sometimes. The desire to find them quickly drops the longer it takes. It's not down there. Nope. Must be over here. No, I've already checked over here. Dude, where the fuck is it? Down in here? No, I am currently under the impression that this level doesn't have a newt. Anywhere. I guess the place I've checked the least is the bottom floor, but I feel like I would have seen it from above. That felt like such a good hiding spot for it, but it's not there. I don't know. Maybe I should just move on. Like, I'm guaranteed to die to this portal anyways. Oh, is it right up there? Not up there, huh? Where are you, Newt? Oh well. Let's say goodbye to this run. With the double Mountain King on the first floor. These bosses are actually pretty manageable, but a lot of enemies spawned in very quickly for punishment for saying there weren't any enemies earlier, I guess. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. I'm just gonna keep swinging and see what happens, you know? Only one way to find out. Youch! Don't touch the ground there. It's kind of hard to avoid, though. How is this working? This shouldn't be working. It's no longer working. Oh, it's back in the menu, and there it goes. Okay. You know what I feel like doing? I feel like doing an easy baby run. Ta-da. Yeah, thank you. Easy baby run. Let's do an easy baby run. Because I do want to check out the new character before ending the stream. And I kind of hate how the meta of this game revolves around finding newts when I don't know where all the newt locations are. Just makes it kind of annoying to start a run. So let's not deal with any of that, and instead, oh look at that, already got my first item. Instead, just make the game very easy. I've always been kind of upset with the turn Risk of Rain 2 took in making it so that absolutely no items are farmable. Because I thought it was a little bit over-tuned in Risk of Rain 1, where literally like every single boss gave you an item, and bosses spawn non-stop at higher difficulties, so you just basically got infinite items by the time you get to the final level. It's a little bit silly. I'll admit that much. However, I do think there is a place for some items being dropped in levels outside of chests. The item drops seem to have been boosted up a little bit. I did a few runs on the last update using these artifacts, and didn't get nearly as many, but I've gotten 3 off of like just the few enemies that happen to spawn. There you go. Alright, my luck has ended. But like early on especially, it's really annoying having to get chests. And like the later into the game you are, the less annoying that gets, because enemies like spawn instantly, and like the levels always spawn with the boss instantly on higher difficulties, like as the timer rises. So like in the late game, you pretty much always have money to buy chests, but in the early game, where it should be like the easiest to get items in my opinion, just to like give you a start, it's incredibly annoying to like walk past hundreds of chests that you don't have enough money for, and you can either like wait 3 minutes for enough enemies to spawn to get the money, or you could just do the teleporter instantly, which is what pretty much everybody does, and then you just have no items unless you do the shop thing, which also just takes a really long time, so I've got frustrations with Risk of Rain 2 for sure. Seems like the intended strategies kind of blow ass in my opinion. But it's still, you know, it's fine. Like, one of my biggest gripes with the game is still how much, like, completely untelegraphed, mostly unavoidable damage there is. Like, it sucks because when you talk about it like that, literally everybody crawls out just to scream at, like, oh, you're just a casual little baby gamer. Maybe you shouldn't be playing this game. Maybe this game isn't for you, which is just the dumbest fucking argument you can have towards something in the first place. But also, outside of the fact that it's a dumbass argument, it is not even an argument for the topic I'm talking about. I'm not saying that it's too hard because of what I call unavoidable damage sources, but people hate that term for some reason, even though that's what it is. It's just annoying that that's like the majority of the damage that comes in. And I'm not talking about, like, obviously this guy's laser. Yeah, that is not what I call unavoidable. What I call unavoidable is that wisp that had a targeting reticle for about 0.2 seconds, and then instantly fucking snapped me. And I could not do anything to avoid that damage ahead of time, outside of kill him before he gets a chance to attack. But how, might I ask, am I supposed to do that if he's in the air and I just didn't see him? Which is why things like the mercenaries do a daily challenge thingy without taking damage is just stupid. Like, congratulations to those who have done it, but that is not fun. And if that is what the game is leaning towards in terms of its damage sources, then, like, that kind of play shouldn't be rewarded, because, like, it should be understood by the developers that that kind of thing isn't really feasible. But I don't know, probably just upsetting people. Wisps are by far the biggest offender of that, though. It just sucks that they're also the most common enemy in the game. And, like, unless you're going for that achievement / unlock for Mercenary, it doesn't really matter, because the damage is negligible, sure. But, I mean, it starts to actually take into account when there's 10 wisps, and you're a melee character where it's super tedious to go after them all. And also, elites, you know? Especially in the later game where there's, like, the turbo elites, right? Like, let's not talk about having 10 wisps, let's talk about having 10 turbo elite wisps, and the fact that the damage is out of nowhere and constant becomes a real problem. But at that point, too, like, the way damage sources work in this game is just not great in general, because, like, if a ton of damage is just errant damage that's going to happen no matter what you do, aka wisps, like I said, you can obviously kill them before they get a chance to attack, but, you know. For the sake of argument, let's say you don't kill them immediately and you're going to get hit a few times, which is what happens most commonly. If the majority of incoming damage is mostly errant damage that you can't really do that much about... Where was I going with this statement? I feel like I started it with, like, a really strong argument, and then I kind of forgot where I was going to take it. What do I want here? Let's just take something so I'm not dying instantly. Oh, okay, I remember where that argument was going. The majority... Sorry. The majority of damage is, like, errant damage that you can't do that much about. Until you get a few movement upgrades. Like, when your speed is boosted, they just miss you every single time. So it goes from, like, this constant damage that's super tedious to deal with in the early game to something that's literally not even a thing. Like, it's not a threat at all in the late game. I don't even know what some of these items are. I'm gonna take this one, that's my favorite. Especially when you get a bunch of the batteries that let you just spam the shit out of Q. Oh, look at that. That's cool. I think that has a new effect on it. Like, you know, I was maneuvering as best I could. Like, my only other option was to get behind a rock so that, like, the hit scan could not hit scan me. So yeah. That's basically it. That's my #1 biggest complaint with Risk of Rain 2. Like, wisps would be such a better enemy if they just shot large, slower moving projectiles. Because it is way more fun to have, like, 10s or 20s of wisps going around shooting, like, a lot of... And, you know, you could still do, because currently they do, like, a burst fire of 3 shots, I think. You could still do a burst shot of, like, 3 bullets. And that both looks way cooler to the player, having, like, a bunch of bullets on screen at once that is actually significantly easier to avoid than the hit scan bullshit they're currently doing. So it looks cooler, it's easier to avoid, and it's not bullshit, and doesn't suck ass. And is just better and good. Why didn't they think of that? And occasionally you're still gonna get hit by the slow-moving bullet that comes, like, straight from your camera, so you don't have that much time to dodge, but, like, the occasional hit from, like, your camera being turned in the wrong direction is infinitely better than the constant hit, because that's just the way the hit scan attack works, and there's nothing you can do about it. Because that's what we currently deal with. I would definitely feel like things were a lot better if less attacks in this game were instant lasers and they went for more projectiles that are actually avoidable. Like the big wisps bullets, for example. I mean, it's pretty easy to figure out which enemies I like and which enemies I don't like, just based on what I've already said. Lemurians also kind of suck, though. Like, they do have a projectile, but the projectile is so fast that, like, if you're within, you know, targeting range of it, you're basically always going to be hit by it anyways. So I do not think Lemurians are a great example of projectiles being used. What am I taking here? I should start taking, well, guillotines probably, but also battery. Let's get a few batteries to start that rolling. I'd like some speed upgrades too, just to make moving around feel better. Because I am not moving forward until I get a shit ton of items. This is real grind hours. It's like I'm playing Risk of Rain 1. Risk of Rain 1 is just like a completely different game. Not just because it's 2D, obviously, but like in terms of game feel. Like, Risk of Rain 2 is not just 3D Risk of Rain 1. Which is definitely what the developers were going for. They seemed to want to take a different direction for it, and whether that's a good or bad idea is hard to say for sure. I mean, the game is done well, I think. A lot of people seem to like it, I think. Not that many people have the same problem as I do, either. So it's weird to argue against it so strongly. But also, I do think that I'm right, obviously. If not just because most people's counter-argument to it are not even real counter-arguments, like I previously said. Most people's counter-arguments to me complaining about the hit scan shit in this game is just, well, obviously the game's just too hard for you, little baby. Go play something different. Which is stupid. I don't feel like I should have to prove my gamer cred to say something is bad. That's not how this works. A lot of people in Path of Exile's community have that same exact attitude. It's really frustrating. I'm not sure if it's just a all video games are cursed to be burdened with that kind of community eventually, or if it's just some certain aspects that draw that kind of person to a community. Especially because, like, it's always in games that aren't even that hard. Like, in games that are genuinely hard, you don't get that kind of fucking whiny baby attitude from the community. Like, the kinds of communities in which you see people talk like that are Dark Souls, first and foremost. Like, the ridiculous fucking gatekeeping from everyone. Oh, it's just, you know, it's a really hard game. Like, if it's not for you, that's understandable, because it's just, like, one of the hardest games ever made, so, like, you might as well just, like, not even try if you're not up for the challenge. Path of Exile gets it pretty bad. Although Path of Exiles is different, because it typically has to do with people, like, talking about hardcore versus softcore, etc. When, like, Path of Exile is, like, objectively a really bad ARPG for hardcore. Like, I like playing Path of Exile in hardcore. I like playing ARPGs in hardcore. But it is really hard to defend Path of Exile as a hardcore ARPG, because there are so many things that'll just fucking snap you dead instantly with no sort of, like, countermeasures for you to avoid that. It's rough. It's rough. But, you know. It's to be expected. I don't even have that many, like, I don't know what I would compare it to in games that are actually hard, because I said that games that are actually hard don't have a community like that, but, like, I'll talk about fan games for the example, because that's the first thing that did come to mind when I said that, was fan games actually have, like, a really welcoming and supportive community. It's not this fucking super toxic, incredibly annoying community that just talks about how hard it is, and if any complaints are made, the immediate reaction is not get good, haha. So I don't know what it is. I guess it's just games that aren't hard that are advertised as being difficult. But I mean, I don't even think Risk of Rain is advertised as being difficult. I genuinely don't know what draws that kind of community to a game. It's worth discussing, I guess. But I mean, as bad as Path of Exile is for hardcore, I should also mention that, like, that's only if you plan on doing, like, absolutely every bit of content, and also if you're constructing your own build and, like, wanting to have fun with the game. I know a lot of people have fun with meta builds, but, like, in my opinion, meta builds are the most boring thing in the world. I have fun making a character. I don't see any fun in following somebody's spreadsheet, following somebody's path of building tree, following somebody's exact equipment guidelines. Like, builds that literally just have an in-game currency price tag and be like, yeah, you know, this build is, it's a low-budget, like, 40 chaos build. You get 40 chaos build, you can do all the content in the game. It's just silly. I don't get meta builds. I don't get why people have fun with them, but, you know, to each their own, I guess. I prefer making my own characters. And, like, I'm not saying I'll avoid the meta entirely. Like, if I see a skill that looks cool and it's in meta, or at least workable in the meta, you know, I'll give it a shot. I'm not going to follow a build guide, but I'll, you know, try and make my own version of it. Like, I saw a very good video on Blink Arrow Mirror Arrow as a summoner build, which is hilarious and a good video. But, you know, I'm never ever in my life going to follow that build guide, but that doesn't mean that I won't try and, like, make my own Blink Arrow Mirror Arrow summoner at some point, because it's a really funny and cool idea. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, okay. Back to the original statement that I had in mind to bring that towards. Path of Exile, while being very punishing for hardcore, like, so many people, when talking about Path of Exile, have, like, a completely different definition of what is required to play the game. Like, the way people talk about it currently is you don't have a good character unless you can kill fucking Sirius. I don't remember how his name is spelled. I've never actually fought him myself. I know Fate Gamer Alert. Woohoo. Yeah, you don't have a real build unless you can kill Sirius in under 10 seconds. Sorry, gamers. What was I getting for white items? I guess I'm gonna keep getting boots. I should probably get a soda can too, because one soda can makes a big difference in sprint speed. But yeah, if you're fucking talking about Path of Exile and, like, because I too mentioned that Path of Exile isn't good for hardcore. If you're just talking about getting through the campaign, you can get through the campaign on any character. Hardcore, softcore, meme build, meta build, whatever. The campaign isn't that bad, and there's nothing super punishing in the campaign. The really, truly punishing stuff starts happening in maps. And especially with mapping with Delirium. Can snap you dead pretty quickly. And just certain side content stuff is, incredibly quote-unquote rippy. But the way a lot of people treat Path of Exile is completely different than the way I do. Which is, people will build characters specifically for certain bits of side content, like people will make a delve character. People will make a bossing character, or a clear speed character, and I mean, you can do all of the content with any of these characters if they're well tuned enough, but I mean, it's definitely safe to say that some characters with some skills aren't going to be good for some mechanics. Like, if you have an incredibly slow piece of shit melee character like I did on the last league. Was it Harvest that I played? I guess it was Harvest that I played a shit ton, huh? But yeah, if you have an incredibly slow piece of shit character, like I did, maybe Alva is not your master, turns out. Because the incursions were really hard for me to do. I also just didn't have that great of a character, to be fair, but you know what I'm saying, hopefully. Even though I didn't have a character that was great for the content, I could still do the content. Except at a point. There was a point where I couldn't, but I brought it back. I got some damage. Let's get some more max HP. Am I at the point where I can just spam these constantly? 5-second delay? Oh, 10-second delay. I'm getting there. I do only have 5 of those. It's fair. Spawns still aren't that fast. even though I'm 26 minutes in. I've been talking about bullshit for 26 minutes. Good lord. Somebody save me. It's frustrating, though. It's, like, really rough having to, like... Because there's something that I really don't like about Path of Exile's current, like, item system and crafting. That I brought up, but, like, I don't know. It's so hard to talk about something like that with the Path of Exile community. I was met with very instantaneous dissent. And it didn't really get anywhere. And not even, like, people actually giving what I was talking about, like, actual thought either. It was mostly people just saying, why are you talking about this? Which doesn't bring anything to the table. But I talked about it on stream when I was playing Path of Exile. And this is not exactly the same kind of discussion as, like, people who are elitist about difficulty, but I think it's closely tied. Because if you're... it's weird, though. Because, like, what I was talking about the difficulty in the game, except not the difficulty in surviving, but I was bringing to light what I think is a problem with the difficulty in getting the highest tier items. And I was actually advocating for making it harder. But Jesus Christ, people did not like that. Which is weird. It's I don't know if it's because people are just so used to the way it is now, or what, but, like... So, my issue is with, influences. I have a really big issue with the way influences are currently handled in the game. Because I really, really liked influences as a system, and I think that influences were really solid back before Conquerors of the Atlas. How do I feel about influences now? I'm gonna say, like, it's not horrible. I'm not gonna say it ruins the game. But I am going to say that I think it's a step in the wrong direction, and could be better, for sure. And I think it was better. I think the introduction to some of the mechanics in Conquerors of the Atlas made it worse than it used to be. Not the game as a whole, but specifically item crafting and item crafting with influences. And not just the crafting, because it really doesn't have to do with crafting. It is an argument against crafting, in a way. It's basically, to get to my real point, I think that there shouldn't be a crafting solution for absolutely everything on an item. Because currently, I mean, technically that's... Oh, shit. I didn't know what I wanted to pick there. Just give me a teddy bear at this point. I was trying not to get hit by that laser, so I wanted to back out of the menu, but it just paused. Currently, the only thing that crafting can't change about an item is its base type, I think. Let me think about that a little bit longer. No, that's right. Currently, the only thing crafting cannot change about an item is its base type. Oh, and item level, sorry. But the reason I don't really talk about item level when I talk about this is because item level is deterministic. Like, if you make a zone a high enough item level, you're always going to get drops within that item level or higher. And I understand that there are some things that require a higher tier item level than can be made of the area. That was a really bad way of describing it, but, like, I think it's item level 86 means you need to be in the highest tier map, T16, and also you have to get the drop from a rare enemy. So, you know, that's one case where you could be like, item level is slightly harder to control, because you need to get the drop off of a rare instead of any normal enemy in the map. But also, there's so many fucking rares. T16 sustain is the easiest shit in the world with Conquerors of the Atlas. That, by the way, I don't have a problem with. I think that T16 sustain is, like, sick, and it's a good thing that came about Conquerors of the Atlas, and especially with the changes they made mid-Harvest League, where you can favorite maps so they drop more often. I think control over what maps you're running is awesome. Really cool. No complaints there. Anyways, back to the point, I guess. Because item level is so controllable, I don't really give that any sort of like credit in the argument towards things that you can't control on an item when talking about crafting bases. The only thing that's like seriously uncontrollable, like completely up to random chance, is the base type of an item. I guess I'll start getting guillotines, which apparently was moved, but whatever. It's still good. Why is that a problem? I'm not gonna say it's entirely a problem that, like, you can craft away all of your worries, but I don't know. I really feel like, because the way the game currently works is... I want a magazine so I can spam my right click more often. I'll get that next green item. The way the game currently works is, by the time you get to mapping, like, it's really hard to find an item on the ground that you actually consider swapping out with what you already have equipped. And I'm not just talking about the modifiers on an item, because obviously talking about the modifiers brings in, like, a whole nother topic of discussion about, like, you know, rare items needing to drop better or whatever. Which, you know, apparently they are planning. Like, Chris Wilson in a recent interview talked about what their actual plans for that are going to be, which was interesting. It's basically changing the way quantity works entirely. And I'm getting so off topic here. It's so easy for me to get off topic when I'm talking about something. But yeah, to like lessen the amount of items that spawn in the game, there was discussion about changing the way quantity works, and so that instead of quantity just being about making more items, it rolls items multiple times and then only drops like the good ones. Like it instead of dropping 20 items, it would take like one item, roll it 20 times, and take the best outcome, is the way to explain it. But that's completely separate from what I'm talking about. So, you know, I just brought it up for fun. Fun bonus topic, I don't know. Like, that is an interesting way of making items on the ground more likely to be useful, I guess. But, still doesn't really solve the problem that I'm talking about, which is, like, especially late game, because obviously when you're leveling, you're gonna find upgrades. Like I said, the way the current item system works, you're not going to find many upgrades on the ground, but, like, it's pretty easy to get upgrades. And, like, when I discussed this topic, literally somebody's response was, you should consider picking up more items on the ground, because you'll find that with Harvest's new mechanics, it's actually very easy to get good items that are dropped from the ground, which is just an entirely separate point. Like, I am not talking about modifiers whatsoever when I'm talking about this. I don't know what to pick here, just give me fucking bazooka hands, whatever. So what am I talking about? I still haven't really gotten to the actual point. What I'm talking about is, in the late game especially, God, it's getting harder and harder to focus on what I'm saying here. I knew I wanted something here. I'm just gonna take that because I forgot what I wanted from the green item. What did I say I wanted? Whatever. Next time I get a green item, hopefully I'll be less under attack and can actually look at the menu a bit longer. That was actually a pretty good pick, though. I'm glad I have some AoE now. I am talking about... especially in the late game. I've said this 100 times and haven't finished the sentence. There is no reason to swap out crafting bases most of the time. Especially if you're in a trade league and you just buy a good crafting base. I'm gonna pick up that, I guess. Like, say you already have a fucking item level 86, whatever the fuck item you care about. What item on the ground could ever excite you? Like, outside of the fact that you don't get that many item level 86 items, especially not ones of the base type you care about. So, you know, I'm kind of arguing against my own point there by saying it's not that common, but, like, trust me, my point is still valid. I swear. What I'm saying is influences were, like, the easiest opportunity to have, like, some reason to swap out your crafting base into a different item you're actually going to craft things onto. Whereas the way it currently works, you can just already have a crafting base that you care about, and, like, while trying to get the influence you care about to swap it out with, by, like, farming the conqueror that you want the influence type of, you are more likely, in my experience, you are more likely to find a Conqueror's Exalt before you get the correct item level base type, normally. Like, I would reckon that any item level 86 base types that you're buying to craft onto were made via Conqueror Exalts. Probably. I mean, it makes more sense to buy a Conqueror's Exalt and buy the base type. I mean, that would still be more expensive, so I guess never mind, but you get what I'm saying, hopefully. Especially if you're, because a lot of people argue, okay, well, this is only a trade league concern. If you're playing solo self-found, then it's not even an issue. Why are you bringing it up? I only play solo self-found, really, and, like, even when I'm not playing solo self-found, I'm not trading. I sometimes sell just to get, like, currency, so it's not, like, annoying. Because, you know, if I find an Exalt, I would rather have, like, 200 Chaos most of the time. Because that's just the way I prefer to craft. I mean, obviously it makes sense to slam some items, but most of the time, especially, like, early on, it makes more sense to Chaos spam things. Anyways, yeah, outside of, like, trading for currencies every now and then, I never buy items. Unless it's a unique item, which is another topic. I think, while I do think crafting bases should be significantly harder to obtain, I think that, like, build-enabling uniques should be much easier to obtain. They are significantly easier than, like, straight-up ridiculously powerful uniques. Like, it's easier to get a headhunter, or sorry, it's harder to get a headhunter than it is to get, like, the Baron, you know? Something wacky that enables a specific build. Okay, what did I want here? Fuck it, I'm taking a guillotine, because I didn't find it in time, whatever it was I wanted. I said I wanted something from a green item. I just have no memory as to what it was. It wasn't a double jump, I don't think. I don't know. No clue. Basically, all I'm advocating is that Conqueror Exalts are changed. I think it's fine to have a Conqueror Exalt that exists solely to slam a Conqueror-specific modifier, but the fact that it not only slams a Conqueror-specific modifier, but also turns an item into that influence, is a little bit too much, in my opinion. And, like, people really push back against that. I think because, like, it's a weird... Like I said, people, when they think of Path of Exile and, like, what it takes to be a successful character in Path of Exile, people always, like, they want the most ridiculous things out of a character. Like, it should be, in my opinion, incredibly fucking hard to get a piece of equipment that you are never going to swap out. But as it currently stands in Path of Exile, if you don't have, like, best in slot by the time you start getting serious about mapping, people treat that as you not playing the game correctly, which is fucking ridiculous to me. And that's an over-exaggeration. Obviously, Solo Self-Found is handled differently, but, like, still, it's a bit much. Like, people... To put it into a better perspective that's probably more understandable, people, by the time they are finished with a character, want it to be... And I'm not going to say they should have perfect equipment, but they want equipment that is, like, the highest tier. Not, like, perfect, but, like, you know, if you don't have the influences that you need, and I say need because that's what everyone else says, but, like, it's really not a need. Like, you can still play the game and do all the content without this ridiculous power creep that has been introduced to the game. It's weird. It's weird to me. I think that the developers are mostly on my side with this too, but the fucking average player definitely does not agree. The average player demands they get the item that makes their build, in their eyes, makes their build possible, but as far as actual gameplay goes, it's not making your build possible. It's making it so that you can do, like, juiced up T16s with some challenge to being able to do juiced up T16s with your eyes closed. Because that's what people deem as a margin of success at this point. Anyways, I don't know, I feel like I lost my initial point. Hopefully it's found somewhere along the way, but I feel like it should be normal for, in an entire league cycle, which is 3 months, I feel like it should be normal for not every character to get the exact items they want. If that means that you spend 3 months on a character and didn't get the eye level 86, you know, fucking... I can't think of it. Hunter? That's one. If you can't get an eye level 86 Hunter glove or whatever because it has a specific modifier you want, then fine! You don't fucking need it. I don't get it. I feel like it should be, like, really, really hard, and it should be really, really exciting the times that you do get it. Whereas, instead of it being exciting when you get an influence type that you want, it's kind of like it's expected. Like, if you don't get it, you're going to be upset. I don't know. I think I just view it entirely differently. And, like, I brought up some other things that I think are plausible ideas for making items on the ground harder to obtain the perfect item, quote-unquote, for crafting, etc. So, like, one example that is recent is, but not timeless jewels, cluster jewels. So, oh god, I'm talking so much. My throat has become very dry and decrepit. But cluster jewels are a good example of a change they made that's close to what I would have wanted, but just off. So, cluster jewels, how they were initially introduced into the game, cluster jewels were given a... So, I mean, first off, there's a base type between small, medium, and large, but, I don't know. The base type for cluster jewels is kind of weird, because it's kind of like an entirely different item slot. So I don't really think you can talk about their base type in the same way that you talk about, like, a one-handed weapons base type. Or, like, a sword's base type is more accurate. Because, like, for swords, the base types are, like, for the most part, early on, literally just objectively better than one another. Whereas... for cluster jewels, there isn't, like a large cluster jewel is not objectively better than a medium cluster jewel is not objectively better than a small cluster jewel. They're just different items. It's like they're different item slots, just like you wouldn't say, hey, one-handed weapon is objectively better than a helmet. That just doesn't make any sense, right? So anyways, let's not talk about the base types, because that's a kind of weird circumstance that doesn't really apply. What am I... What green fucking item did I say I wanted? I'm going insane over here. Whatever. Get more teddy bears. I need more of those guys. I'm gonna fucking watch my own VOD and figure out what green item my dumbass said I needed that I can't even fucking remember anymore. Anyways. So cluster jewels, right? Ignoring base type, like I said, let's just talk about the thing that actually matters in differences between cluster jewels, which is the kinds of skills you get from the cluster jewel, which is more or less like what their actual base type is. Like their actual base type is a more like item slot, and their enchantment is more like their base type. Anyways, that was a confusing sentence, but hopefully it's understood. So, the enchantment on a cluster jewel determines what skills you get from it, which is, like, what most people are going to be looking for. Like, if you don't get the right enchantment on a cluster jewel, it's just unusable, so, like I said, that can be equated to a base type, because, like, if you're looking for a one-handed sword and you get a two-handed axe, like, you know, you just can't really use that. So, similar in that regard. Back to the point. What is the point, dude? Where am I going? Yeah, okay, so... the way cluster jewels used to work, they would spawn with an enchantment that tells what kind of skills you can get from it. Awesome, sure, fine. And also, along with that enchantment would be an enchantment that says how many skills you get from the cluster jewel. In most situations, characters are going to want that number to be as small as possible. So that's really cool. I like that. I think that it is good to have, like, some level of, like, you can still find a reason to swap out cluster jewels, right? Like, you don't get one cluster jewel that has the right kind of skill for you and be like, okay, I'm done with cluster jewels. I crafted it up, quote-unquote, perfectly, it's done. You can still min-max it to some degree by getting the number of skills as small as possible so you don't waste travel nodes getting to the notables. Awesome. So, what's wrong with that? Nothing, really. But they decided to change it. And in the way they decided to change it, I would have preferred it have another layer of randomness to make cluster jewel drops more exciting. Instead of what they did, which just made it deterministic, which basically, instead of, like... what they did is they just made it even easier to get the perfect cluster jewel, but apparently they also tuned the modifiers to make it harder to roll. If I understood correctly, I don't really remember how that went down. I think they made it harder to roll certain modifiers, but anyways, that's aside the point. Because like I said, I'm not trying to talk about crafting, I'm trying to talk about specifically, like, in items' inherent power. Which is something that most items in Path of Exile don't have. Most items in Path of Exile have no inherent power, and all of the power is derived from modifiers that you put onto it. The only thing that gives an item inherent power is the base type. And I mean, even item level doesn't determine its inherent power. Item level just determines its potential power from modifiers. So, I mean, technically influence does the same thing too, but in a good way. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm not saying item influence is bad, I'm just saying item influence is deterministic, and we've already gone over that conversation. So back to what they changed about cluster jewels. They made it so that cluster jewels, like specifically, it was basically borderline required for most characters to have a cluster jewel, a large one that has 2 added jewel sockets, and a medium one that has 1 added jewel socket. Those used to be modifiers that you would have to roll on the item. What they have changed it to is, instead of it being a rolled modifier, they just always drop. Like, large ones always drop with 2 added jewel sockets. Medium ones always drop with 1 added jewel socket. As far as I'm aware, they might have changed it, or maybe I misunderstood. I haven't played it in a while, so I'm not totally sure. But that's what I got from reading the patch notes. Which is so close to what I would have wanted, which is just add another layer of, like, inherent item power to cluster jewels. Now, cluster jewels are still good because they have 1. Well, technically 2 if you're counting the type of enchantment, which I guess you should, because that's like base types, like I said. So they have 1 extra, like, level of inherent power, that being along with the item level, along with the enchantment, which is basically base type. They have the enchantment that says how many skills they give you, which is like a more min-maxy kind of upgrade that is tied to the item itself and uncraftable, which is sick. I like that. I would like more things like that, though. I would like more, because that's good, but it's not substantial. Like, you would still probably persuade yourself that you want to use, like, the uncrafted jewel that has less added skills than your already crafted jewel that has slightly more added skills. But there's still not that much reason to swap over immediately. Whereas, like, if the item had more randomized inherent power, like, say, it was randomized whether it had 2 jewel sockets instead of it always being the case, but also making it uncraftable, right? I think that would be a much more difficult decision on whether you wanted to swap out. Like, say something has, like, significantly more added skills but has 2 jewel sockets. Would you swap out in that case? It's up to you. That makes more interesting decisions and more interesting items on the ground. It's like I said, currently items on the ground, like, once you have a good crafting base, there's literally no reason to pick up an item on the ground at all, which kind of sucks. I have no idea what I was telling myself I wanted to pick up. That hurt a lot, Jesus. That's enough talking about this topic, though. I feel like I've explained my point. I mean, there are ways to do it, like, instead of having a magic rare system with modifiers. I mean, you could still have a magic rare system with modifiers, but also have it so that, like, items, you know, are limited to a certain amount of max modifiers they can have. Like, not every item is guaranteed to be able to roll 6 mods. Maybe you get, you know, a perfect base type, a perfect item level, but it can only roll a maximum of 5 modifiers instead of the current maximum of 6, and then, oh my god, now there's an actual reason to pick up another item on the ground. Same thing for influence, right? Like, influence is such an easy way of, like, adding more powerful base types, because, like, the way it currently works is, you know, you have a base type and that's it. Like, all of the base types are accessible by the time you get to mapping. There aren't any new ones. Unless you add an influence to the wheelhouse, in which case, like, yeah, you know, maybe you don't get an influenced, like, sword of the best base type for you, but it's like 2 base types lower. You would still probably use that because of the influence, right? I don't know. I feel like it just makes more interesting gameplay if not everything is craftable exactly how you want it. Let's move on. Let's actually move on conversationally. Move on gameplay-wise. Oh shit, you actually have to fight a boss? What the fuck? I forgot what game I was playing. I forgot for a second. Sometimes you actually have to do things. Wild. Can I... Thank you. I feel like I've run over the intended point of my topic repeatedly, so no reason dragging it on any further. Is probably fairly understood why I was talking about what I was talking about. Although, I don't know, a lot of people don't seem to understand it. A lot of people just hear what I have to say and go, that's stupid. I don't know why you're talking... like, the most annoying one for me is that because Conqueror Exalts are rare, it doesn't matter. I know I said I was going to move on, but now I have to talk about it. Like, it's not just the fact that it being rare doesn't matter, it just fucks with the rarity as a whole. So, like, say they made an incredibly rare base type. I mean, there are more rare base types in the game. Like, you know, a crystal chain belt is harder to get than a normal chain belt, or whatever the fuck it's called. But, here's the thing. Buddy Bucko Buster Brown. Here's the thing about that. As soon as I pick up a bunch of items that I don't need to focus on anymore. Let's just theorize, right? Let's theorize that they added a base type to the game that is, like, leaps and bounds rarer, but also much more powerful than the other base types of that given item tier, okay? So if they added a base type like that to Path of Exile, how much harder would it be to get an influenced item of that base type? The answer is, as it currently stands, only as difficult as it is to get a Conqueror's Exalt. So, like, you kind of fuck with, like, everything's rarity when you introduce something like Conqueror's Exalts, because, like, what it should be is if an item is, like, exponentially rarer to get, you would imagine that it is exponentially rarer to get the influenced version of that item, whereas the way it currently works is if they added an exponentially rarer base type, it would only be as difficult as it is to get a Conqueror's Exalt. Like, the Conqueror's Exalt is the maximum amount of difficulty it can ever get to get any sort of influenced item, which in my opinion is fucking awful and stupid, and it shouldn't be in the game. But, yeah, no, whenever I bring up the topic, people are just like, it's rare, so it doesn't matter. Which is stupid, in my opinion. It's a very brain-dead argument. But a lot of people think that, like, even if it is like, even if the rarity isn't a problem, a lot of people just don't see the problem with it in general, which is really weird to me, because, like, I don't know. How do you not see a problem with items on the ground meaning absolutely nothing? In an ARPG, where the entire purpose of the game is to pick up cool shit off the ground, you don't see any problem in, like, nothing on the ground ever mattering? How? Am I fucking crazy over here? I don't understand. Where's the gap in logic? How am I not reaching you? But I don't know. Maybe it's the same reason I don't understand why people play meta builds. Maybe people who play meta builds already are, like, accustomed to items on the ground not mattering, because people who play meta builds just buy all of their best in slots and never pick up items anyways. Maybe that's what I'm missing here. It's wild. Is, the end point of discussion, I guess. It's wild to me that more people don't understand. Because I feel like when I'm talking about the topic, I'm just like, how is this not reaching you? I don't know. Maybe I'm the crazy one. Maybe I'm alone in this world, and I'll just have to make my own ARPG with blackjack and hookers, etc. Maybe that's what it'll take to get people to understand. I do have an idea for an ARPG that I'll probably make at some point, but not a standard ARPG. Like, it's not a, you know, you go through a campaign, you have an end game, etc. It's gonna be different. I think it'll be fun. Most people will probably hate it. That's my gist for most of my game ideas. I think it'll be fun. Most people will probably hate it. Except for my current two games, which are an exception. The only two games I have released publicly. It's weird. I've thought about a place to talk about this, but, like, I don't know. I might as well mention it now. It's not like I'm averse to repeating topics on stream. Literally everything I just talked about was a topic I've already talked about on stream. So, you know. Don't know what I'm getting at with that, but yeah, I might as well talk about it, I guess. Chromoblast and Bounty Below are weird to me. They're in a weird situation, especially Bounty Below, just because it's taken so fucking long, which is something I feel very bad about constantly, because there really is no reason it's taken so long. But I don't know, I'll probably talk about that in a different conversation that isn't right now, and hopefully when the game is out. But yeah, the two games that I have publicly available are very strange, because I did release them publicly, but I did release them on Steam, which I guess is a way to get a large amount of people to look at something, even if you, well, if you release it for free at least, a large amount of people to look at something, even if it's not particularly your finest work, which I would definitely say that Chromoblast and Bounty Below are not my finest work. So why release them at all? I don't know. Some people have enjoyed it. I feel like you gotta release some things. If not because, like, without public pressuring me to finish, like, dude, if I didn't have people that still cared about Bounty Below, I'm telling you right now, I would have given up on it. And I really, genuinely regret, like, overdeveloping Bounty Below as much as I have. I've talked about that before, too. Well, not on stream, I don't think. Maybe I have. But, yeah, if I could go back, I would definitely not have committed to making a Dungeons mode in Bounty Below, and I definitely would not have committed to making it as in-depth as I'm currently working on it. Because it's too much, man. It is too much for a side mode in an idle game. Way too much. But hey, maybe people will enjoy it. You know, it'll be free. So even if people don't enjoy it, there's not that much they can complain about, I guess. But it is strange. I don't know. Especially Chroma Blast, because while Bounty Below is definitely not my best work, it's better than Chroma Blast. So it's weird seeing people actually enjoy Chroma Blast. Because it is, I mean, I'm not afraid to say it. It's a game that I find very little enjoyment in, honestly. So there's something to be said about not releasing work that you're not proud of, and there's also something to be said about being proud of your work, even if it's not your best. I don't know. I don't know where I stand on it. I'll say that I definitely don't openly talk about Chroma Blast that much. I definitely don't openly talk about Bounty Below that much. Because while I do think it is cool to be making games, I'm not particularly excited about either of those projects, and it's not something I particularly want to tell people about, because I don't think that it's something people should be excited about. However, I do think that I've got better ideas for sure. Definitely better than Chroma Blast and Bounty Below. And I do think that in the future, I will definitely make projects that I'm proud of and openly, excitedly talk about and be like, wow, this is a cool game, go play it now, I made it, ha ha ha, hee hee, ha ha. But I haven't reached that point yet. And yeah, that's the bad part about Bounty Below, is that the longer I'm working on Bounty Below, the longer it'll take me to reach that point about working on projects I'm really excited about. Because the next game I plan on making is one I really want to get to work on right now, but I know that if I start working on a different project, Bounty Below will never be finished. So I just gotta buckle down, and it's not gonna be pleasant, and I'm not gonna enjoy it very much, but Bounty Below needs to be finished before I move on. I just spent way too much work on it to abandon it at this point. It just wouldn't make sense for a number of reasons. So I'll continue. I will continue to work on it until it's done, as miserable as that may be. I'm just picking items at random. Just picking a bunch of teddy bears at this point because it doesn't really matter. I've grinded for how fucking long? 68 minutes on this run? I'm an unkillable beast at this point. Send me, I guess. I didn't know you could spawn flying. Yo, look at that cool guy. I forgot I had a grapple. Can you believe it? I've got my own lightning. Yours seems to be more dangerous than mine, though, so slightly afraid. You're pretty intimidating, not gonna lie. Oh, that guy wasn't. Did I kill him? No. No way. I didn't kill the lightning boy. Where'd he go? Oh, no, yeah, no, I didn't. Dude, the lightning one's gonna be the biggest pain in the ass because he regenerates. Oh, no, he doesn't regenerate? I thought he was gonna regenerate like the other lightning guys in the game. Like every other lightning enemy. It's fine. It's better that way. Fair enough. I should probably, like, spam attack some dudes to get a shit ton of health here. I mean, I could spam attack the boss, I guess, but that's kind of dangerous, huh? Am I doing anything to this guy? Eh, kind of. Kill that guy, at least. Get him out of here. I don't know. Is this worth it? To keep attacking this guy? I feel like I'm just gonna get hit by one really strong attack and it's gonna completely waste me. Oh, not where I expected to go, but I guess I'm holding on. Nope. Swing and a miss on that one. He actually doesn't do that much damage. Guess I shouldn't be afraid. Where? Where, though? Oh, is he dead? He might be dead. I'm moving on. I'm out of here. There's the portal. Not gonna hit that shrine. No reason to. This guy, wow. Never seen him before. You gotta love it when the boss is easier than the boss that spawned at the start. Awesome. I love it. I got a decent amount of attack speed here, I've noticed. Complements my ridiculous amount of HP nicely by making sure it never goes below like 180%. Something absolutely ridiculous like that. Oh, magazine clip! That's what I said I wanted from the green. I remember now. Where the fuck is that thing? That's not a green item. I'm a dumbass. That's why I wasn't finding it. Fuck, dude, I'm stupid. Let's go. I always knew I was. Well, this has gone swimmingly, I would say. I'm not even, like, I've spent so much time on this, I don't even want to really play as the new character. I'm just gonna, like, enter a run, check out his moveset for a little bit, and then, end stream. I've been here for 3 hours, and I was... Ooh, I was feverishly talking about, Path of Exile bullshit, and, like, gaming community bullshit, and a bunch of other bullshit. My throat kinda hurts. Too much. Too much talking about bullshit for one day. Enough is enough, you know? What are you? Are you the guy who shot at me earlier? You don't look like the guy who shot at me earlier. Oh, wait, maybe? Yeah, you do. Goodbye. Nice meeting ya. It's probably faster if I do a swing like that. Whoa! Don't miss, though. Now I have to do a recovery. When are they going to add loader to Smash? I like the way this area looks, though. Again, I think it would be better without the fog, but, you know. To each their own, I guess. What's over there? I don't think I checked this out last time. Oh. Interesting. The, like, item swap shop thingies. Weird. Oh well. I don't know why you would choose to do that at, like, the end of a run. Like, how often are those items actually going to benefit you? Eh, maybe more than I give it credit for. You think there's something secret down there? I hope so. Alright, buddy. I'm just gonna blast you with my lightning coils. I'm sorry. Oh, he's immune to my lightning coils? That's weird. Like, really, really? Oh, well, that one definitely just missed. Maybe I was missing with the other ones, too. Yeah, it was just missing because he was running too fast. Okay. Oops. So, last time he did a huge shockwave there. I guess you just have to jump over it, and I'm stupid. Who would have thought? Please don't go all over the place. It's scaring me. It's hard to, safely gain back your HP, which is, like, my whole thing. Is, gaining ridiculous amounts of health by hitting you. I think he was, under a defense buff there, so I wasted my Qs a little bit. Pretty cool boss, though. I mean, I am cheesing the hell out of him because I cheesed the hell out of this whole run, but, you know. What do you expect out of me? He was definitely under a defense booth. Oh, wouldn't it be crazy funny if I just died, though? Lamau, dude. Don't fucking do it, though. Don't, though. Please don't. You wouldn't. Oh, did I kill him? Now I'm frightened. Oh shit, there's a second phase! I should have imagined there would be, I guess. What if I just chilled up? Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, what if I chilled up there and regen? I don't have any passive regen, which makes this frightening. Ugh. These aren't very good targets to hit. Oh, the guys on the ground are. These are pretty good to get my health back on. Alright, I feel safe again. I wish I got more leeching seeds so I could actually, like, heal my real health off of this. Alright, final phase. It's just him again. And he's running away from me because he's scared. And oh, there's enemies! Ads are actually super welcome. Ads let me heal. Risk-free. Oh god. He's got shockwaves everywhere now. He might have always had shockwaves everywhere and I'm just inattentive. The power of this boss feels like you might want to, like, loop multiple times before you go and fight him. He is a little silly. But I don't know, I'm probably just bad at fighting him because it's my first time. Oh well. What? You're leaving already? Okay. That was a cool attack. Okay, a little scary though, some might add. Yikes! Really scary. Okay, so that's the game. I guess I'm not gonna check out the new character. God damn it, dude. That's a hour well spent, I would say. Fuck it, dude. I don't know. I find Risk of Rain really hard to enjoy, honestly. Like, I've done a few streams of it, and it was fine. It's nothing to write home about, really. They just never made the improvements that I thought would really help out the game. So that's that. You know, I might stream it again. I'm not gonna guarantee it, though, because, as I just mentioned, you know, the whole not having that much fun thing. Yeah, anyways, I still had a decent time this stream, and it was... I didn't see any new items, I think. On that last run, I could have picked some, but whatever. You know. Whatever. Risk of Rain 2. It's whatever. I had a decent amount of fun just talking about bullshit, for sure. But probably won't revisit this, at least not for a while. Unless they, like, reintroduce, maybe, like, DLC or more updates, whatever. We'll see. For now, though, that's enough for me. I'll stream tomorrow, doing something else. See you there. Thanks for hanging around. See ya. Goodbye. See ya. See you later. Bye.